In. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to F-Zero Shippy Legend. And well, here again we're gonna be doing the Golden Thoughts stuff, though this thing doesn't have a master mode for whatever reason. It only has expert as the highest difficulty, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, I mean, it says sets per parenthesis hard in case it's not obvious. So yeah, I did this the last time with Pico, but no, this time it's time for Doctor's 2 are Golden Thoughts. So this game also has a way to configure acceleration and top speed. I don't think I ever bothered changing this, and I probably shouldn't either, so I'm just gonna leave it in the middle. I will have to watch my VOD to see if I changed it or not. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary. This game is not that hard for what I remember.
2, 1, go!
Oh, that wasn't the right start. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but for what I remember, this game was pretty easy to beat. Like, the fact that Master Mode doesn't exist is pretty fitting, because it really, on Expert, is not hard at all. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe with the Golden Thoughts it will be hard, but no, I don't think that will be the case. I think it's just gonna be easy. Probably. I mean, right now I'm barely really doing anything. Well, it is true that it's supposed to be like a super basic track, but I don't see the other tracks being much harder than this, you know? Hey, maybe I'm wrong. But keep in mind that here the way the mechanics work are by making the boost being your power, just like in the 3D games.
Final lap.
Which means that you have a lot more freedom to boost in general. Most likely making the game easier that way. Essentially, I very heavily doubt this is gonna take more than one attempt.
Finish! Congratulations!
At least I do have a plan B with the...
You won first place!
Now, there is a mode in this game called Zero Test. I could do that. What I don't remember is there was a way to attack opponents. I'm assuming with if you do the bumpers twice or something. 3, 2, 1, go! I'm not. Yeah, okay, that's how you do it. Bumper twice is the side bump attack. Wait, no, that's not the right way. It's that this place has multiple paths. Well, the track is called Junction for a reason. You know, rather than the plan B being Zero Test, it could be trying the other difficulties. Because theoretically in this game, the other difficulties straight up have other tracks, or rather other version of the tracks. But the problem is that if the AI is easier, it's like, what's the point? I already know I'm gonna win, so... But I can kinda say the same thing right now about these ones, but...
2 laps to go.
Or maybe it's just that Golden Thoughts is that good. But then that sucks. When you bounce around like that, it's very annoying. It's very common in F-Zero in general to bounce around like that.
Final lap.
also for some reason in this game, like some very weird thing that makes it so that when you press B, you not always boost. You have to press it multiple times. I don't know, it's a little bit weird.
You won first place.
The way it works. Is this gonna be a perfect victory, I wonder? Maybe I could make that the challenge. Make the challenge to be the fact that I get a perfect victory on each one. I don't wanna do that.
2, 1, go!
I keep missing the boost start, really. Come on. Not like I need it for what I'm seeing. It doesn't seem like I need it at all, but would be nice to have it, I guess. And I do remember this track, and I remember the fact that I can't see shit. So if you cannot see, don't worry, I cannot see either.
You got a new booster.
You're not alone. I can only see what's like immediately in front of me. Though at the same time it's a very permissive track. It's made so that you don't have to worry too much about it.
3 laps to go.
I remember that the next game adds a mechanic that when you boost, you can like add an additional boost to make it
2 laps to go.
like faster. It's pretty cool. Kinda mixes up things a little bit. I do remember that next game also being harder than this one. But I think it also heavily depends on what machine you pick. And I have a feeling that maybe Golden Fox is, you know, secretly a top tier in every game. Because I mean, so far, with the only exception being the original SNES game, I was able to essentially beat every cap on the first try in the other games.
You've got a new booster.
I was kind of running out of energy there. Hey, that's fine.
Finish!
There's also another thing that I realized here, that
You've won first
they are
place.
5 laps, so this is still not the part where they fully like unify mechanics, because it's Climax, I think, the one that makes the races have 3 laps like the 3D games. But this one keeps the... oh, okay, hold up. The build rate is gonna suffer. I'm just warning you.
3, 2, ready, fire!
I got the bad start, but thankfully with a ground booster right afterwards, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, this is probably the worst track when it comes to build rate in the whole series. I mean, you just look at this. And I think the fucked up thing is that... well, that's fucked up, but I wasn't talking about that. Yeah, really. No, I was about to say that the fucked up thing is that it also kinda looks rough to me, you know?
3, 2, 1, fire!
Bad start, really. The timing on this has to be insanely precise then. But yeah, I was about to say that to me, I mean, obviously you can say that the whole game looks pixelated simply because it's supposed to be like a very low resolution pixel art game, but The thing is that it's even hard to tell the track. Well, not like hard to tell, it's hard to process it in my eyes rather. Also, that jump that I failed, I didn't mess it up. It's actually hard to get that jump. I think I need to use a boost just to make sure. And you have to do it, it's not optional. Right, it's like the ramp makes you jump very little. For some reason. At least with a boost you can more or less warrant that you're gonna go further, but I don't know why it's such a small jump. It's pretty weird, but it's fine. No problem. As long as you remember. Those deaths are the funniest ones, the ones that come out of nowhere and you don't expect. And they are just like an insta-kill. It's pretty funny.
2 laps to go.
And another thing that this game has is also a very big amount of attempts. It's the same thing that maximum velocity has. Essentially 4 spare machines. And I almost died. I forgot to boost. Almost. Okay. Yeah, man, someone is constantly pushing me from behind. Come on, bro, what's your problem?
Final lap.
I mean, honestly, the best strategy here when it comes to the machine settings is probably just like in F-Zero GX, you want to go full top speed, but I think I never done it. I mean, it's hard to think why acceleration will be relevant here. But yeah, I guess to recover from mistakes. Like that one.
Congratulations!
I almost lost the win at the end.
You won first place.
I don't know what how much you could see of this track with how pixelated everything probably got. My fire field. I think this has the old fire field layout, right? Does it? No, that's another track. This is like a very simplified one.
Ready? Fire.
Okay, I got the jump start for the first time. So apparently it's kind of like when he says ready. You don't have to listen to the beeps. You actually have to listen to the voice. Like when he's in the middle of saying ready.
4 laps to go. You've got a new booster.
Wait, this game is not the one that has the fire field remix, right? That's Climax, I think. No, never mind, it's this one. It's the fire field remix. Using Game Boy Advance instruments. I feel like it's too high pitched. I probably say the same thing every time I play this game. I play this game quite sometimes now, like probably 5 times on stream. And every time I get to Firefield, I probably say the same thing about this remix. Too high pitched.
Final lap.
I mean, at least melodically it respects the original song, but like to have tuned the pitch of the instruments a little bit
Finish!
lower.
Congratulations!
Okay, well that was free. So it might
You won
be
first place.
it might be that the Golden Fox is actually top tier after all. Top tier in every single game, contrary to what I thought. So we can skip this, right? Like who gives a shit? We already know. Though I also want to see what's the full sequence at least once to see that I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. I mean, differently from F-Zero Shietsu, you're not gonna see a podium sequence with these graphics. I mean, imagine drawing every single character in like a 2D sprite. Well, they have portraits, but if you kind of want to make them look like they are sitting next to the machines, you will have to draw a sprite from scratch. So no, you only have this like result summary. So that's it, right? Nothing else. Yeah, and then it just goes to the credits. Okay, well, nothing to see then. So hey, I guess move on to the next one. This one's just like F-Zero Shietsu uses... Well, technically this one uses metals. F-Zero Shietsu uses like precious stones.
Choose your vehicle.
But it's more in line than with the other ones. Yes, that's fine. We're starting with Silence. I think that there was either this game or Climax had a version of Silence that was very hard. I don't know.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, that's the problem. He doesn't always say ready. That's the issue. Sometimes he says 1. So you cannot use that as a sound cue. That will be an issue. Also, the AI doesn't seem very smart.
You've got a new booster.
Also, how is it going, Wasabi? Yeah, time to mute the stream. Probably will be an improvement. Well, the other day, for example, I was listening. Well, the other day, I mean yesterday, I was watching my F-Zero Shietsu VOD and I gotta replace this microphone. It doesn't sound extremely bad, but there are some times where I hear like some like pop effects, right? I don't know if it's peaking or what it is, but I feel like if I were using another microphone, probably with software attached to it that like effectively filters out that sort of stuff, it would be better. Never heard any popping? Because I don't know how to call it. It's not precisely popping maybe, but it's like some electric interference that I can tell it comes from my microphone. So the fact that you didn't notice anything weird at least calms me down a little bit, but yeah, like this thing, as much as I like it for, well, being like one of my first purchases for the stream, I still think that I might need to replace it. But not for now. For now we can keep it. I mean, I already do have a replacement because, you know, my sister purchased a microphone for herself and she never used it. So it was like, well, okay, my brother streams, so might as well give it to him instead of just leaving it collecting dust, right? So instead I'm the one making it collect dust. I'm kidding, I have it stored on on a place that you store stuff. Yeah, don't worry. It's not collecting dust technically, just figuratively. But yeah, the point is that if at some point I need to replace this microphone for whatever reason, I can do it. And I don't need to purchase any other one. But, you know, it's like, I think for now I'm fine with this. shows that it probably is not the best one.
3 laps to go.
Also, this is a Sand Ocean remix, right? Yeah, it is supposed to be a Sand Ocean remix. Because it's supposed to be Sand Ocean. No shit. Wait, whose machine is that? Why does it look so weird?
2 laps to go.
I have no clue who that is. But whoever that is, stay behind me. This is gonna be so damn free. It really will be.
Final lap.
I'm suffering from success. These guys cannot even see. Like, I had to do that on purpose to make it more exciting. Surely. All calculated. See, I had to do that to give these guys a chance. Otherwise, I need to... it will be too easy, right? That was funny. Alright. So don't clip that wasabi, because you know that it might get re-edited later by YouTube. Well, not re-edited, it's more like it's just, you know, doesn't point to anything. Actually, this one might, because here's the thing. Assuming that this attempt of the tournament goes well, theoretically it should point to the timestamp that is here that should still be the same one, right? Because if some... I mean, obviously the exception will be if I don't win this attempt and I have to cut it out. But the point is that if I win this attempt, I haven't really taken anything out before this, so the timestamp should be the same. That's one thing that you can try, guys. That's the question. Does it work as a timestamp, or does it work as a, I don't know, a proportion pointer? I don't think they will do that though. That's the reason why I shouldn't clip it. No, actually, if you can, it will be a good test to see if it's strictly a timestamp thing. Because if it is a timestamp thing, the clip should go unaffected after I edit the VOD. And then we will know what the issue is, right? So that's so stupid, that clip. I mean, I think the problem here is that it's a stupid thing because two things exist at the same time that shouldn't exist. Like, you can clip a video, but the clip is a link, a glorified link to a timestamp of a bigger video. And the fact that the streamer or YouTuber or whatever you wanna call it can edit the video, right? So you combine those two things, and obviously there are gonna be cases of clips that are definitely not the original intention of the clip. So it's basically a combination of things that don't make sense to happen at the same time. I'm pretty sure that is how it works.
Won first place.
Well, if it is, then if you clip that, it shouldn't get rearranged. Again, assuming I don't lose this attempt, but I don't see how. I mean, I wasn't kidding about the fact that this is free. This is so easy. So I very highly doubt that I'm gonna lose this somehow.
3, 2, ready, go!
Calculating the jump start really is the hardest thing ever, huh? I guess that's one thing that is hard in this game. Look at that. That's all, I think. The guy that was crushing me like that. Oh wow.
4 laps to go.
Wasn't expecting someone to hit me in the air. Hello? Oh, those were a lot of hits. I guess that's one thing that I'm not taking into account, that this machine resistance is very low, so a lot of those hits will hurt. And I shouldn't take that many of them. I mean, a lot of times it's not like it's a choice, but... The sound phone reminds me of Mega Man Zero. Well, yeah, naturally, since both are Game Boy Advance games. That's one thing that, depending on how you look at it, can be a positive or a negative of the Game Boy Advance, that the soundtrack of a lot of games is gonna sound very similar, because the sound found for all of the games is pretty much the same one. So yeah, you have like this MIDI sounding music that every Game Boy Advance game has. So yeah, Mega Man Zero being another one of those. But yeah, like you have it in Pokemon, you have it in essentially anything that ever existed in the Game Boy Advance. I guess,
Finish!
now that I think about it,
Congratulations.
I haven't really played that many
You've won
Game
first
Boy
place.
Advance games. Yeah, Mega Man Zero, well, F-Zero, and then that weird ass Ace Combat game for the Game Boy Advance. But did I play anything else? I feel like I did, on stream at least. Off stream I played like a long time ago Pokemon Emerald. My first Pokemon game, by the way.
1, go!
Yeah, I guess that counts, but on stream I think I only play those 3 games. No, I'm stupid. I play the Kirby games. Like Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Wait, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror was Game Boy Advance, right? Or am I losing? Yeah, it was. I think it was the only one, wasn't it? Because the other ones are on the S, like...
4 laps to go.
Yeah,
You got a new booster.
yeah, that one I guess. There was also... Oh yeah, Nightmare in Dreamland. Nightmare in Dreamland, that was the remake of Adventure. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, those games were pretty cool. I guess that... Now that I think about it, if you're a Kirby fan, or rather if you were a Kirby fan back then, owning a Game Boy Advance was essentially the best choice you had, because those 2 are amazing games. They're basically a remake of the best Kirby game, which is Adventure, and then Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, which is a pretty amazing game as well. I still cannot decide though which game is better, because they are 2 very fundamentally different games, like Amazing Mirror and well, Adventure / Nightmare in Dreamland. Like, they are very, very different games, but I don't know which one I will say it's better, because they are both good for different reasons. I mean, I could also simply say that they are both good and that's it, but the thing is that there's always the typical question of, you know, what's your favorite, like, Ed's game? And in this case, Ed's is Kirby, right? And I don't know which of the two I could mention, really. But what is true is that I consider both of them to be the best ones. The best thing that Kirby had, at least so far, because I haven't played them all, but
You got a new booster. Finish!
for
Congratulations!
what I've been told, I think
You
for
won
the most
first
part,
place.
with the exception of spin-offs, most Kirby games after Return to Dreamland are essentially clones of Return to Dreamland, which, you know, I didn't dislike Return to Dreamland. I also think it's a fantastic game, but
3, 2,
you know,
1, go!
if that's the case, I don't think it could surpass the other ones. Oh, Forgotten Land broke that pattern? Yeah, it's possible. I don't know, guess I didn't see it or played it. I do know, because that's the thing, you know. The problem about Return to Dreamland is that it's essentially like the same formula as Adventure, just with prettier graphics. So
4 laps to go.
well, yeah, it has some new mechanics, but I think the mechanics are mostly a way to dress the game, to make it prettier, because obviously when it comes to difficulty, it's non-existent. So the mechanics are more there to, you know, make the game look nicer. But at the end of the day, you're essentially playing Kirby Adventure.
3 laps to go.
That's the reason why I don't think I could give that game like I don't think I could have that game higher than Adventure, simply because of that. While Amazing Mirror being so different deserves having a high spot, you know.
2 laps to go.
I don't know. I still have to. I think I have like 6 Kirby games yet to play. Something like that. Are quite a lot. Just that some of them are spin-offs and some other are essentially like remakes of older games. So if we just cut it down to the games that I actually am willing to play, I think it might be less than 6, but there are still quite some. Boom. Yeah, this card, that's essentially a weakness it has. It has very little health. So the moment you crash like that, it took a lot of health away from me. Without a doubt. I mean, it makes sense that it has a weakness like that, considering that outside of that, it's a very good card. I don't think I can find much faults on this. But in fact, I think that aside from that, it's probably meant to not have any fault. I also think that in contrast to that, there are some other cards that straight up have no fault at all. I think I remember when I used Elegance Liberty, that card will basically do everything.
3 laps to go.
But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
Two laps to go.
Yeah, ideally I would prefer not dying again here. Hopefully. Ideally, let's not die again. So the one thing that I think most cars in this game have is that if you go very fast against the wall, you're gonna bounce in a very mean way. Gonna make it hard to recover the time, depending on the angle of the hit, I guess. In some other cases, it's more than... It's just like glorified braking, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah. Still absolutely... Oh yeah, that was the final. That was the final one. Oh, actually, you cannot skip this. You know, I was saying on the first Grand Prix that I'm not gonna skip it to see what happens. No, you cannot even if you wanted. I thought they stopped doing this by now, but I think it's Climax the one that didn't like allow you to skip. That did allow you to skip. Well, that and Shietz. You could see that yesterday when I played Shietz, you can very easily skip the summary. So that's interesting. So at the same time, I think that Shietz and this game were probably developed like at the same time. Like they had the same developer. Like they share development time probably.
Select your mode.
Which, you know,
Choose your
will explain that some
Expert.
quality of
Select your
life things are not
Roll
here.
top. Choose your vehicle.
Alright. See what you can do here. Oh, this one has... This is the one that has a lot of champs. I don't think it should be a problem though, but we will see.
3, 2, 1, go!
This one thing I like about this game is the fact that every track essentially has a remix of the... Oof, that was close. Of the SNES themes.
You got a new booster.
So what's the idea here? Do you want to jump or do you want to not jump? I honestly cannot tell what's safer. So there you have to jump no matter what. Oh, and also there's something funny about both this game and Climax, which is that when you're seeing an opponent, if they jump and you see them go off track, they die. But that doesn't always happen, in the sense that if you're not looking at them, it will not happen. If you're not looking at them, they are basically driving like kings. You know, like they are driving as if they were, you know, Max Verstappen, right? But the moment you look at them is the moment that not only they start blowing up when you see them in the air like that, but you also start seeing them crash against walls. It's pretty funny. It's a perfect example of that sort of AI bullshit.
Congratulations!
Yeah, the guy just exploded.
Won first place.
As I was saying, he only exploded because I saw him explode. if he instead was out of my line of sight, he wouldn't have blown up. That's the funny thing about both this game and Climax. It only happens when you are seeing, not when you are not seeing.
3, 2, 1, go!
Damn, that still wasn't... Okay, I gotta say that this is probably the most tight, fast start that I've seen so far. Also, there is a skip there if you manage to do that jump. You shouldn't. Or at least I think it was the track that had that skip. Maybe I'm confusing it with another one actually. Maybe that instead of a skip is supposed to be a trap. You know, that's actually a trap, I think. There was another track that... Pretty sure that even if you look at the minimap, it had like a floating part very far from the main track that was some sort of shortcut. But I think that's a death trap. I think that's there just to make you die. It's pretty funny. Don't worry, I won't die.
2 laps to go.
Oh, also, you know, I just remember something related to me watching yesterday VODs. You know that YouTube allows you to have automatic subtitles, right? You basically tell YouTube the language in which the stream is spoken on, right? In this case, I choose English, and YouTube tries to add subtitles to what I'm saying. And a lot of the times it gets it wrong. It gets wrong what I'm saying.
You won first place.
But then I look at the part with, you know, the interview section where you have the reporter and Dr. Stewart talking. That's something that the subtitles capture perfectly. Like, they even capture the word F-Zero perfectly. And I look at that and I'm like, Tim, can't believe my pronunciation sucks so much. Yes, my pronunciation is good enough to be understood by people. But man, it would be nice if if computers could understand me. Yeah, they don't. My pronunciation is not sharp enough for that.
4 laps to go.
I mean, a computer obviously is not flawless, but like when someone can, when someone, I mean a person, a human person, listens to what you say, as long as they understand, like they obviously can detect that you have an accent, but for the most part, as long as they understand what you say, they can say your pronunciation is good. Usually they don't, for the most part, they don't tell you your pronunciation is bad as long as they understand what you're saying. But a machine, of course, is very straightforward with that. It doesn't specifically understand what you say. It will show in the subtitles. But essentially, the difference from an ESL trying to speak English and, well, two professional actors talking in game, right? One could be understood perfectly, the other one not so much. It is what it is. Oh, that was weird.
Congratulations.
Then again, I should be thankful that
You won first place.
I can even speak English in the first place. But seeing myself getting mocked by voice actors in real time was a little bit. I was gonna say shocking, but I think it was mostly funny. You know.
3, 2, ready?
Well, it can be both at the same time, of course. At the same time, voice actors are supposed to. Precisely, the idea is that you understand what they say perfectly. The whole point of their careers is that they train talking constantly.
4 laps to go. You've got a new booster.
But essentially, my pronunciation could be better, a lot better.
Three laps to go.
I don't think I'm winning this one. Actually. This race, that is. The championship, obviously, I will. This race is not looking
2 laps to go.
too hot right now. Well, it is literally looking hot because it's Firefield. But yeah, the point is that the result itself, we will see though. Well, yeah, you can say that I didn't win, correct? Yeah, indeed, I lost. Fuck. Yeah, I guess the mines are a real issue, and especially if your machine is the
3, 2,
golden thoughts.
go!
Don't worry, we still have a lot of spare machines.
Four laps to go. You've got a new booster.
I guess the biggest challenge. See, my problem is that I kinda need to look at the minimap, simply to know when I'm supposed to steer and when I'm not. Because one of the worst things that happens to me is not knowing if the next cluster of mines is gonna come before a corner or if it's gonna be a straight line. I mean, it's not like the track is that big, like you can simply memorize it. It's easier said than done.
2 laps to go.
Oof, that was close. Also, let's not forget that this is the first F-Zero 2D game to have an announcer.
Final lap.
The other ones that have an announcer were all the 3D ones. Damn it, dude. The problem is that if I don't go to the mines by like incorrectly steering to them, it's because I bounce off of another machine.
3,
Unbelievable.
1. Boost fire.
At least here I got the jump start. It's something. Damn, that guy went straight for the mines. Pretty funny.
4 laps to go. You've got a new booster.
I'm assuming that that's the corner that if you stand still there and you watch this guy pass through, pretty sure that they would all go straight to the mines and die. In fact, it's something I could do. Just that there is no reason to make this easier than it already is, but it could at least be funny. Because I already remember in climates staying still in one part of the track. And in that part of the track I remember that a lot of people were doing a jump and they were all dying. So here if you do that same thing but in that corner with the mines, I'm pretty sure all of my opponents are gonna run straight to the mines and die. But as I said, I don't think there is any reason to make this easier than it already is. I mean, after all, the mines are kinda messing me up a little bit. Wow, I got very lucky there. That bounce was the way it was. Would have been a lot worse.
Oh, congratulations!
After 2 deaths, at least I got the win. That's that. Now, it's too early to say, but I wonder if there was another previous run that I had of any F-Zero game where I won everything on the first, or rather, I won every race. Technically, not on the first attempt, because in that previous one I died twice, and I also died in some of the other ones of the other cups, but what I mean is getting first place on every race. Is it the first time or did it also happen in this game? Because if there's any game where that happened, it's this one. Because the original F-Zero, I cannot imagine having won every single race in a single run. Like, I definitely did win every race in general, right? Like, if we count the different runs with different machines, yeah, I won every race. But I mean in a single stream, like in a single playthrough, if you wanna call it. Yeah, this is the right place. I guess it is. I don't know if that happened. I don't think it did.
3 laps to go.
But if it did, it had to be this game. As I say, the original, it didn't happen. In F-Zero X, it definitely didn't happen. In Maximum Velocity, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen either. And that just essentially leaves you... Well, in X, it also didn't happen. And that leaves you with this one and Climax. Climax, I don't think I won everyone. In fact, I remember in Climax even looking for opponents to kill, because I couldn't make it with points. If there's any F-Zero game where that happened before, it will have to be this one. But I don't know if any of my previous runs in this game had that happening or not, because if that didn't happen before, it will be a nice first time to do it, right? I guess. But that will be putting too much pressure on me. I probably wouldn't want to do it. Okay, Black Shadow. Oh, you cannot even do a corner straight Black Shadow. Yes, I blew up, but that's nothing to do with you not being able to do a corner straight. Well, maybe instead of worrying about that, I should worry about actually finishing this race, regardless of the result, because you only have one spare machine.
1. Boost fire.
Will be important to finish the race, without a doubt. Yeah, I guess that's the corner that That is the most important one. You kinda want to do a side bump to help yourself getting through the corner. Most
4 laps to
likely.
go. You've got a new booster.
Ironically there, the most fitting thing is
3 laps to go.
letting yourself get overtaken, so when the CPU tries to take that corner, you will see them not being able to take that corner. Actually getting overtaken before this is the best thing that can happen. So you don't even need to get overtaken, you just need to have your opponent be in your line of sight. That's all. Okay, stop hitting me.
2 laps to go.
At least I got healed. Okay, that's bad. Hold up, I'm gonna end up dying at this rate. These guys don't stop hitting me and there's not much I can do to avoid it. I got lucky that I didn't die there. Extremely lucky even. Thankfully we have the heal here. I promise that I skip a lot of it. Alright, try not to use the boost. Just try not to boost. Like, save that energy for the crashes that are gonna appear. So far no one has crashed me yet. Yeah, well, that's what so far implies. Okay, got it.
Go! Congratulations!
Well, all races won here as well, so
You
there's
won first
only the Platinum Cup. I don't know. The AI will have to step it up, because at this rate, you are all falling behind. It's something that I already said before when I play this game. Even the first time I played this game, I think I said it that... Well, no, the first time probably not, because the first time that I played this game, I played the story mode. This game has a story mode. In fact, actually, now that I think about it, that's one thing that I could try to do. There is a story chapter that only gets unlocked like by doing some weird thing. I could try doing that. Just that I really can't be asked, you know. I probably don't feel like doing that. I think at that point I'd rather do zero test. Yeah. Only one more cup remaining.
Select your mode.
The
Choose your
Platinum.
difficulty. Expert. Select your cup. Platinum Cup. Choose your vehicle.
So, I think that this is just another cup like any other, or do you actually have zero spare machines in here like in Climax? Oh, you actually do have zero here.
3, 2, 1, go!
Maybe what's happening here is that I'm pretty sure I probably already confused this before. Maybe this is the game that has this gimmick and not Climax. Maybe Climax doesn't even have that gimmick with the zero spare machines.
4 laps to
Yeah,
go.
this one does.
You've got a new booster.
Also, a lot of these are supposed to be the same tracks as the original SNES F-Zero.
3 laps to
You
go.
can tell by the fact that,
You've got a new booster.
you know, with the speed that you have in this game, they are done in a matter of seconds.
2 laps to go.
At least it's nice that they try to mostly respect what's supposed to be like the canonical speed of the series. So here going
Final lap.
a lot faster than the original SNES, obviously means that you're gonna do the original tracks a lot faster as well.
Finish! Congratulations!
Pretty cool. But yeah, I think that this tournament had a lot
You
of
won
that.
first place.
We cannot lose. I don't know if it will have 8 tracks like the Climax one or not. I think it did have 8 tracks. I guess this, I mean, considering how easy it is to die here, this could take multiple attempts after all.
2, ready, boost fire.
Well, at least if it takes multiple attempts, it will mean that I wouldn't have the need to do anything else for the remnant of the stream, right? I will think it's a good thing. Okay, that corner with the ice was a lot wider in the original F-Zero though. That corner had a lot more width than that. Okay, here I guess they didn't want to give it too much width.
3 laps to go.
That guy hit me at the exact same time as the note in the music went off. It was pretty funny. Maybe I'm the only moron that noticed something like that, but it sounded pretty funny. Like my opponents are trying to make music with me.
Final lap.
But essentially here the only thing that could threaten me not winning this will be dying. Since you die and you have to start all over again. That will be a problem. Well, and this is the type of track where that could certainly happen in looking at the corners.
3, 2, ready, go!
It's supposed to be the original silence, but using this game's physics. Well, physics, I mean speeds and all of that, so a section like the one with the 90-degree corners here, well, actually no, it was gonna be harder, but not really. I think they made the track wider. I mean, they probably precisely made it wider because they knew that if they maintained the original width, but with this speed, it would have been super hard to do. That's a nice thing.
3 laps to go.
And the guy's just casually going through the grass without suffering any penalty from it, like any speed penalty. Pretty funny, I gotta say.
Final lap.
I'm pretty... I shouldn't have boosted there. There is no reason to boost in the area with those corners. You can also tell that that the AI can do
You
shit.
won first place.
Like, the AI in this game is probably the worst AI in the series. Very fucked up, but it is the way it is. Okay, Port Town 2. I mean, it's not gonna be as hard as it was
3, 2,
in the original.
1, go!
Well, and there is one thing that I would like to remind you here, that Deadwind has not appeared yet. So after all, it does seem like the only track, the only place in the whole series where Deadwind is a track is in the original one.
You've got a new booster.
Maybe that was very low. Maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong, and it might appear. Maybe not in this one, but in the next one. But I have my doubts. No, don't hit me. Also, I think I remember that dead. Like, jumping here, like, past the gap, or rather into the gap. I think that's a death I had before, and I had to retry the cap precisely because of that. It's pretty funny.
2 laps to go.
It might have been the case. I think the best thing that you can do in this track is not use the boost. So there are some times where they make you lose a lot of speed. So here, if I want to get first place, I will have to use the boost. Right, let me see you crash against the walls. There you go. The AI is legitimately bad here. Oh, and I like that they cut the camera here, because probably if they keep showing what's in front, you will see all the cars fall into the gap. It would be pretty funny. No, they didn't do that. And I also think I remember this game finishing with the original fire field.
3, 2, 1, go!
Very unoriginal, I guess. So I guess here it's nice to see the tracks coming back. I mean,
4 laps to go.
let's think of this as if you were an F-Zero fan when this game came out. Like, last time that you saw the original tracks was in 1991. So that was pretty much a decade later, so I guess the nostalgia will hit you relatively hard. Not to mention the song. The songs being a remix of the original songs, all of them. I guess this game was probably like the biggest fan service for the followers of the original SNES F-Zero. It's always hard to imagine those type of things, especially me that I never owned a Nintendo console when I was a kid, so things like owning a Game Boy Advance at the time it came out are not things that I really have on my mind, so, well, not to mention that I will not only have to have that, but I will have also needed to be a fan of the original F-Zero. Yeah, actually, that's something that you kind of have to wonder, because before video games really blew up in popularity, like back in this era of video games, the amount of people interested in them was very low compared to today. So I'm assuming that the amount of people that match with the characteristics that I'm saying, which is basically fan of the original Super Nintendo F-Zero, that got a Game Boy Advance and played this game when it came out. That's like probably like less than 1,000 people, and that's already probably a lot. That's probably a very small amount of people in the world. So you never know. Because I think that the actual F-Zero fans that were there since the first game release, and assuming they were kids when F-Zero released, we will be talking about people that right now are in their 40s, some of them in their 50s as well. So there aren't that many people that will fit that profile, right? I think. And even if they were, there will be extremely hard to find, probably. I mean, I honestly never saw a hardcore F-Zero fan. Ever. There are a lot of people that like, you know, F-Zero X, for example. Some people speedrun it and whatnot. And when F-Zero 99 came out, a lot of people played it. I don't know if there is like a fan that's been there since the beginning and has played every single game and is completely obsessed with F-Zero. I don't know if such a specimen even exists. I mean, it does. Statistically, it has to. But it's hard. As for example, I like every F-Zero game, but I wasn't there when the first one came out. And I only started playing F-Zero like, what, 4 years ago? Before that, I never touched an F-Zero game, so taking that into account, I'm not the type of specimen that I'm looking for. It's someone that's been there since the first game and it's still engaged in the series. I don't know. I have my doubts if such a specimen exists. Could be. Or could not. I don't know.
3, 2, ready, fire.
And also F-Zero is one of those franchises that I really wonder if it's more popular in Japan or if it's, well, technically by numbers alone it's more popular outside of Japan. Like, there are more people outside of Japan that care about F-Zero than in Japan simply for numbers alone, but I guess proportionally, right? Like using the... Well, I don't know what type of metric you could use there, but I don't know if generally there are more people in or outside of Japan that care about F-Zero, because, for example, talking about a Japanese franchise that has a lot more attention outside of Japan than inside is Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog, yes, believe it or not, is a Japanese franchise.
3 laps to go.
And for what I understand, people in Japan barely give a shit about Sonic. But outside of Japan, you have a lot of people following Sonic. So I wonder if F-Zero is something like that. The problem is that F-Zero, differently from Sonic, is straight up not globally popular, right? Something that...
2 laps to go.
You know, not even close. I really do wonder. there are that many people in Japan that even follow F-Zero. Ah, that's bad. Okay, that could have been worse.
Final lap.
It seems like this is gonna go into an absolutely perfect victory. I shouldn't speak too soon, because as I said, it's only a matter of dying once for the whole Grand Prix to be over. Right? Was scared for a second there that I wouldn't get the win, but I did. So, well, only Firefield is left. Something that I'm noticing, unless it's something that this game doesn't tell you, that none of the lap times or the total times are a personal best. Maybe this game doesn't do that, but I don't know. So, ironically, this Firefield could be an issue, because you only have one pit lane that is the classic Firefield pit lane.
2, ready, fire.
But I'm probably gonna get hit by a lot of shit. I guess what I should do here is not use the boost at all, basically. Like essentially conserve, well, not only to conserve power, but also because the corners are so messed up that you don't want to do that.
4 laps to go.
Yeah.
You've got a new
Look
booster.
at Black Shadow going so fast. And that's also another reason why I think I shouldn't worry about it, because the moment I reach these guys is the moment they are gonna start, running into walls and shit. I don't even have to worry about overtaking them, you know? Though ironically doing
3 laps to go.
doing that like the regular path instead of going to the pit lane might be harder, simply because you have to do a sharper turn. In the original it wasn't that sharp. I guess here it is. I could visit the pit lane on this lap, I guess. But I don't, not like I had a choice there.
2 laps to go.
Black Shadow, you keep pretending that your car can do all of these maneuvers. But just keep doing it, bro. So someone might believe it at some point. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Final lap.
So essentially, no. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's actually bad. I mean, technically with this amount of power, it should be enough power to reach the end no matter what, but... The problem is that the moment I make one mistake, I'm boned. We should be fine. Yeah, we're fine. And I use the booster there at the end in case someone takes the ground booster. Well, that was absolutely free. Like, I might not have won every race on the first attempt. Well, I did in this particular cup, but the fact that I was able to win every single race is the testament that this game is extremely easy, at least on the Grand Prix mode. You see, when you go to story mode or zero test, yes, you have some very hard shit, but Grand Prix is absolutely free. Like, extremely free even. I don't know. I will have to look at my VODs to see if this is something I could pull off before, which is essentially winning every single race. But yeah, it's nothing to feel proud about when the difficulty is the one it is. I mean, you can see the AI just cannot turn. Even in this demonstration here in this stat screen, you can clearly see that not even the AI controlling my machine can properly turn. And it's supposed to show, you know, you driving well. But no, it doesn't. Doesn't do shit. Essentially, this game is kind of well, it's nice if you're a beginner, I guess. Yeah, very lame Grand Prix it has, that's for sure, and especially since the other difficulties, as I mentioned, have different tracks, but I'm pretty sure that the difficulty itself makes the AI even easier. So it's like, why would I want to go to all those other tracks if I'm gonna have an even easier time than on the supposedly hard difficulty, right? Yeah, it's more or less what I expected, you know. Not a surprise here. I guess if at some point I play F-Zero, like I do another quote-unquote marathon like this with multiple F-Zero games, I think that this is the one that might be worth skipping. Well, in fact, I think the best idea will probably be to just play the two 3D F-Zero games instead. Those are the two that I guess winning is never guaranteed. I think that the 2D ones at this point, I simply don't have any issues beating it. Though there is still Climax. That is one that I will play tomorrow. But I don't think it will be a problem either. Leslie Swan really is getting a lot of works in these games. But a lot of people basically repeat themselves in these games. But yeah, those were the Grand Prix, I guess.